Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the interior and exterior lighting of this 2022 Genesis G70. So I'll show you the headlights, tail lights, and the interior lights of this G70. So if you guys are curious about the trim of this G70, it's the Sport Prestige. Basically it has the Sport package and the Prestige package. Coming to the front, the headlights have a really nice look to them. They have that split design, and this is what Genesis is doing right now. They have the dual headlight design, and I think they look very good. And on the G70 they are a little bit smaller than the GV80 and the G80, but seriously, I really like the facelifted G70. I think Hyundai did a great job with the design, and those daytime running lights are super bright and I really like them, and that's where the emergency lights are going to be located. So when we activate the emergency lights, they basically replace the daytime running lights. So they're going to be two LED strips, and they will turn amber when you activate the emergency lights. But let's go ahead and turn on the low beam, and I'll go and show you how the low beam looks like, and then I'll turn on the high beam and show you how it looks like with the low beam, and then I will show you how the headlights or the lights of this G70 looks like on this wall. So I just turned on the low beam, and those headlights are super bright, and the low beam is going to be the projector up there and the projector down there, and when you turn on the high beam, basically it just becomes brighter. So there is no separate projector tube or projector housing for the high beam. The low beam and the high beams are in the same exact projector tube, and overall I really love the design of those headlights. And I'm not exactly sure if they actually do move when you turn, and I'm not exactly sure if they actually have the up and down motion, or the side left and right motion. I'll double check and I'll let you guys know, but everything is nice and bright right here in those headlight housing. But now let's go ahead and turn on the turn signal indicators, and I'll go ahead and show you how they look like. So I just turned on the emergency lights. They are nice and bright, and honestly, if you stare at them for a while, they are very blinding. But I just love the fact that they are nice and bright, and you can see a little bit of those daytime running lights slash emergency lights from the side, but not as much as the GV80 and the G80. And they're going to be a side marker right here that I forgot to mention. It's going to be this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the headlights on this wall. Right now the daytime running lights are turned on, daytime running lights are off, and here is the low beam, and it is nice and wide, and here is the high beam. It does move up, of course. And I forgot to mention, but this G70 actually has heads-up display. It is nice and clear at night. Here is the side view of this G70. It does look very nice at night. You could see a good amount of the tail lights from the side. The headlights, not as much, but on the GV80 and G80, you could see the headlights more from the side. They're going to be a turn signal indicator on the mirror, and the license plate lights are super bright. I can't see them from where I am standing, but let's go ahead and move to the back of this G70, and I'll go and show you the tail lights. Here is the back of this G70. Those tail lights have a really cool look to them. They're nice and bright, and I love the fact that the LED strips are super thin, and they honestly just look really nice. So on the side they're going to be only one LED strip, and then from the back it does have like another LED strip right on top of it, and the bottom one has a bottom LED strip. It's a little bit thicker than the top one, but overall, seriously, I think Genesis did such a great job with this facelift. Those lights are super bright, and I think they seriously killed it with the headlights and taillights design. I just turned on the emergency lights, and no joke, those emergency lights in my full review in the daytime, they were red, but now they do look orange, so they are amber now. Probably it's really hard to be able to see over the camera, but I swear those emergency lights are orange right now. I'm not exactly sure if my phone could actually even capture that, but they do have a good amount of redness. So they're not completely yellow. They do have a good amount of red. But yeah, definitely those emergency lights looked like they were red in the daytime. But design looks good, and they are very blinding, by the way. And license plate lights are super bright. The trunk of this G70 is very bright at night. There are going to be 2 lights in the trunk, and those 2 lights are doing such a great job making the trunk of this G70 bright. There is no place that is dark. And here are the 2 lights. They're LED. There are going to be 2 lights. There is a light right underneath the mirror, and there is a light where the door handle is. And when you unlock the car, it will display the Genesis logo in the bottom. And here is the light inside or right behind the door handle, and it does turn off after a while. Here is the front door panel. There are going to be some lights right here. Those are the memory seat buttons, and they're going to be the door locks, mirror controls, window switches. Everything is going to be nice and backlit, and everything is going to be backlit in blue. And it does not have a light right underneath the door, so there is no puddle light. And it does have ambient lighting, basically footwell lights. But let's go ahead and move inside this G70, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. All right, so here is the inside of this G70, and I really love the fact that the lights are finished in blue. Let's go ahead and raise the brightness up. This is the max. It does go to, I believe, number 20 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so the max is going to be 20. A good number will be 12. Maybe even 14 is pretty good. But yeah, definitely the interior of this G70 at night is really nice, and the gauges look really nice. All the way to the left, there are going to be a few buttons right here, or actually a good amount of buttons. Voice command, volume controls, phone controls, favorite button. Everything's nice and backlit. And to the right, there are going to be the buttons for the smart cruise, and they're going to be this button right here that will control the screen in the middle. There is a good amount of things that you could go through. And as I said, the gauges do look really good. They are very easy to read and understand. The screen in the middle and the screen all the way to the right, those are going to be digital. All the way to the left, this is going to be a analog gauge. And to the left, there are going to be 3 buttons. They're going to be the brightness control, the fuel door release, and the trunk release button. Here is a screen. It's a 10.25 inch screen. It does look very good. But let me go ahead and raise up the brightness. This is the max, and this is the lowest that the brightness can go. So there's a huge difference. Let's go ahead and keep it at 15. And the system itself is nice and responsive, as I said. I really wish that this G70 had ambient lighting for 50. I think this G70 is 54,000. It does have the Prestige package and the Sport package. For 54,000, I think that this G70 should have had ambient lighting. Let me go ahead and show you the backup camera and the 360 camera. They are very clear. The place that I'm parked at, it's not 100% dark, and it's not super bright. There's a good amount of lights around me, but it's not too bright. And the camera is doing a great job. You could change the views. Here you could see the rims. Overall, I think the camera system is pretty good in this G70 at night. Here is the engine start stop. It is backlit in blue. And the emergency light bind is finished in a very rich red. You can't miss it at night. And they're going to be a volume knob, the tune knob all the way to the right, and a few shortcuts right here. Everything's backlit. Coming down, they're going to be the climate controls. Climate controls are very easy to use at night, and the buttons are nice and big, and even the knobs are nice and big. Everything is going to be backlit. And for the climate controls, everything will get displayed on the screen. So the fan speed, the temperature, everything will get displayed on the screen. And on the bottom, you're going to be one USB and a 12 volt. But let me go ahead and turn on the lights in this G70 so you guys could see how it looks like. Lights are traveling everywhere, and those LED lights are very bright. Tiny lights, but they're doing a lot. And they're going to be one USB inside, and a 12 volt and a wireless phone charger. But seriously, those lights are doing a great job making this G70 super bright. And here is the shifter that will control the 8-speed automatic transmission. The P, R, and D are backlit. And let's go ahead and put the car in reverse. It will turn red. Put it in neutral, it will stay blue. And if you put it in drive, it will turn blue, just like neutral. And here is the park button. Click on it, and that will put the car in park. And going to be the drive mode selector, and they're going to be the parking sensor button. Traction control, this button will turn on the backup camera and the 360. And it does have brake hold, e-brake. Cup holders are nice and big. But let me go ahead and turn off the lights so you guys could see. All those buttons are going to be backlit. And let's go ahead and open the armrest. Inside, they're going to be one USB. Here is a rear view mirror. Everything is going to be illuminated and very easy to see at night. Up here, even those buttons are backlit. They're going to be this button right here. This will turn on the lights. This will basically turn off the lights whenever the doors open, or keep the lights off when the doors are open. Here is the sunroof control. It does have individual buttons to turn on the right light by itself and the left one by itself. So that's nice. And this button right here, that will turn on all the lights in this G70, even the back lights. And those back lights are very bright. The back seats are super bright, but I'll show you that when I go back there. Here is the visor. They're going to be a mirror, and this light is actually brighter than those lights, and it's making the steering wheel actually bright, and even that middle console bright, and even my legs are very bright because of this light. It's very hard to see on the camera, but it is actually doing a great job making this interior even brighter than it is with those two lights. Here is the back door panel. They're going to be the window switch button. It is nice and backlit. And the back seats are nice and bright with those two lights. Over the camera, it doesn't look as bright as in person, but definitely those lights are doing a great job making the back seats nice and bright. And even on the ground, there's a good amount of light. Back here, they're going to be one USB and AC vents. And this is how the front of this G70 looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me showing you the 2022 G70 at night. I would like to thank Faraz and Key Hyundai in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this G70. If you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.